There we go.
That's what we're waiting to hear.
Hold next meeting. Let's see here, hold on, let me just put Miro BCBA. Alrighty. We're going to call the Boardman Park and Recreation District public meeting to order on September 23rd, 2025. The Boardman Park and Rec main office. Roll call. Let's go ahead and, let's go ahead and do that. We're missing some people, so let's go ahead and state who's here. Go ahead, Rick.
Rick Weiss.
Krista Price,
David Moore,
Brandon Hammond.
Tricia Slot.
George Scheimer.
and then online, Boardman community member Anna Norma Ayala, I think. I'm assuming. It says Norma, but we're gonna think it's Norma.
It is me.
Thank you.
Dave Albright is.
Is he on now?
He is coming on.
Okay. All right, and then David will be there. He is with SDIO. All right, perfect. Approval of the meeting agenda. So we are going to be taking off, as far as I know, we're gonna be taking off all three, basically all of number 14. We don't have anything to discuss at this time or any action items on that. So let's go ahead and take number 14 off. No executive session today. And on number 13, the signing of the documents, we're gonna go ahead and sign the executive session meeting minutes from August 26th as well. And under number 12, we still need to discuss I want to update on the mural and whether you talked to BCDA on that.
Okay.
And then on number 5, review and approval of the previous regular board meeting minutes and the executive session under ORS 192.6602B from August 26th, 2025. Other than that, though, I think that's it. Does anybody else, board, have any other additions or corrections to the agenda?
Nope.
If not, I'll take a motion to approve.
I move that we accept the agenda as presented with changes that Krista mentioned.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Passed unanimously. Next one then, public comment. Do we have, are you in listen only mode?
Just the Sunday.
Okay, let's see, Boardman community member and Norma, do either of you have public comment?
I do not.
Okay. And okay, if Boardman community member does, please raise your hand and George will bring you in.
She says no.
Okay,
Or he,
perfect.
whoever that person
He or
is.
she, yep. Okay, perfect. David, we'll get to you in just a moment.
Can we move him up? Is that,
Well, we just approved our agenda,
okay,
so we'll just bump right through here real quick.
okay.
Review and approval of the previous regular board meeting minutes. I have reviewed them already, so David, are you okay?
Yep.
Rick, if you're okay, I'll take a motion to approve them.
So moved.
I second.
Thank you. All in favor? Aye,
Aye.
passed unanimously. You've had a chance to review the executive session? Okay. I'm gonna move to approve the executive session meeting minutes under ORS 192.6602B that was held on August 26, 2025.
I second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Passed unanimously. We will sign those in just a little bit. All right. Old business, park master plan, new members and update. So, yeah, George and I received an email because two of our people that were appointed to the park master plan meetings, both of those board members are no longer going to be available to be on that. So we probably need to at least point one more person along with George, because George, you're already going, correct?
Yeah, I go with those.
Yeah.
This one, I'm gonna have a conflict this week, but we'll make it work somehow.
Okay,
I'm gonna juggle. I'll be there, but I gotta step out for another meeting and then I'll be back in it.
okay. So are either of you two available?
When is it?
The next meeting's Thursday.
Thursday?
Yeah,
What time?
Thursday, when?
Thursday, starting at 5:30.
It's Thursday, I got like 3 home events.
Yeah, and I'm
Where's
out
it
as
at?
well.
It'll be at City Hall.
How long do they usually go for? Cause I have a 7 o'clock.
It's online too, if you need, if it helps.
No, I'm teaching.
How long do they normally take, do you know, Brandon?
It's scheduled from 5:30 to 7:30.
And if I was there, I'd have to get somebody to watch
Oh,
the house and I'd have to leave at 6:30. But if I can get the person to be there at 5:30, that would work. I can't promise though.
yeah,
Not tonight.
yeah, yeah.
Yep.
We didn't think about this earlier and the city brought it up to me on Monday.
Yeah.
That 2 of our board members are now gonna be gone that were actually on that committee. So, and I'm predisposed for that evening as well. So. All right, I guess at this point, we're gonna go ahead and, George, you're the primary person anyway, because that's part of your job description, but. I guess let us know as the meetings come up and then we'll see who's available to go to those, okay?
Okay, well, we're getting to the end of it, so, and we're going through different chapters of the park plan right now. And I think her plan is to present that to that night. I'm not sure everything on that for this week. We meet Thursday morning, so I'll know more. But,
Okay. Complaint plan?
I was asked to put together what the plan is for, make sure our parks our pavilions are clean, beforehand. The plan is for, the maintenance crew goes down and picks up the garbage every morning. And then we have the staff from the, booth, they go and check in the afternoon, evening time. So, and then also our host, also I've seen him go down and check in the evening time as well, so.
Do we have a list so the staff can see when they're gonna be rented out to make sure that they're being, no matter what, they're being addressed prior to being rented out?
You're saying, do we have a list of who, so we know?
Yeah, the
when they're
schedule of
being-
when they're being
Yep,
rented?
yep, that goes through the booth. And that's relayed up to the maintenance crew as well on that. And then they power, when we have a party that's scheduled, we power wash on those
Okay,
Before or after?
before.
What about after if they leave a mess?
Well, if it's a group that rents it, they put a deposit, and if it's not clean, then they get charged that deposit. If it's a non-rental group and they leave a mess, we don't know who's using it.
Right,
because it's
but
just
I mean, do
public.
we follow up and clean it?
Oh, we have to, yeah, that's,
but they should be checked every morning and every night anyway.
Yeah.
Twice a day,
twice a day.
yeah,
That was.
and or
what was
after
asked.
the parties, yeah,
So.
okay,
The only
well,
problem is if there's a party that is here after our workers, it won't be till the next morning that
Oh.
we find out,
right,
so.
okay, well, hopefully the staff is on task, right?
Yep.
State shared revenues,
Uh,
we discussed that about whether we needed a resolution to bring in
If,
state
yeah,
funds.
I found out that if it is over our 10% or more than $10,000, then we do have to do a revenue
10% of what?
of our budget,
Oh,
our total budget,
so yes, if it's more than 10%,
Or over 10,000.
or over 10,000.
oh, well, yeah, okay,
Most cases it's gonna be
So we'll have a resolution on that for next meeting.
for next meeting,
Okay.
yep.
okay, leave that on the agenda then.
Okay.
Or put it under new business to approve a resolution,
Okay.
right? I'll just put here, need resolution at next meeting. All right, tax match, the budget, what is that? Oh, because the budget to actual didn't have the
Oh,
taxes, county taxes figure on it that was in our proposed budget
Okay, so,
or adopted budget.
sorry, what
No, you're fine.
happened was, so the total budget for the property tax is, I believe, 8. Um.
We had budgeted like 9, I think.
9. Okay, so what QuickBooks does is it divides it by 12. So if you're looking at, it says 1 month, it will divide 900 divided by 12. And that's what the budget line will say on it.
But on the budget to actuals, that's the annual budget to actuals, it should be on there, should it not?
Right, so
Okay,
if
and
you.
is it?
Um,
I haven't looked at
let me look sorry, I have it later
Yeah.
on. Okay,
she, if you want, we can wait till, because it's a part of her presentation.
so on page 5, the property tax for 1901 on page 5
it.
is $77,239.33. But if you look on page. Just have to find it, so,
Yeah, no worries.
15. You will see that the total budget amount is 926.
There we go. That's the one I was looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, I thought that starting out in July that I didn't have to do the full year. Well, when you brought that up, I was like,
Yeah, yeah.
And so when I pulled the whole year, I noticed that it was the full amount, so.
Right.
So QuickBooks does divide it by 12, and that's why it was
Yeah.
that amount.
So I think, just real quick, while and we can bounce back to this, but
Okay.
David and I were thinking that and I'm sure John would think the same, and Rick, but the July of 2025 to June of 2026, the annual budget to actual
Mhm.
is probably the only one we need. You can probably discard the monthly one.
Oh, the monthly one?
Yeah.
Okay,
I would just,
So
skip over that.
skip over that,
Yeah,
okay,
We'll
sure.
take the annual one, if you don't mind.
Yeah,
yeah.
annual, no monthly.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, thank you for that. I appreciate you pointing that out, and I'm glad it's in there. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And then now we're on David. So SDAO bond update. Let's go ahead and bring him in. And what pages?
Hey, here I am.
Hi, David.
Sorry, I got this extra like middle-aged habit of deciding I wanted to be a winemaker a few years ago, so harvest was today, so I just ran in and washed my hands real quick to get on the meeting, so I'm really sorry. So
Nice.
Thank you.
okay, bond update. So back in 2015, I worked with the district when the district passed its bond measure for the community center, rec center that you have there. Time's gone on, 10 years now, and I talked to George earlier in the year, and the economics just weren't there to maybe refinance the bonds for an economic benefit, but basically the savings that you were to achieve by a refinance really would lower your tax levy. So the savings goes to the taxpayers, in other words. So because you have a specific dedicated tax revenue for the bond itself. So I put together a little presentation a couple weeks ago. I was hoping to get it updated today. I think it will be a little bit better because we've had a favorable movement in interest rates lately over the last few weeks. And but anyway, so at the 1st of September, I think was when my last update was. I put together, I don't know, can I share my screen?
Let's see, I may have to make you. How do I go back to that?
And share to all, or let all share
Where's that at?
under that green arrow right there.
Share.
No, that's just for you to share, but yeah, pick that and then you could say multiple participants can share. Now you're letting him share. You gotta close that out.
Heck, sound of that, there you go.
How about now, David?
Ah, I can share. Okay, do you see this? Do you see my screen? Okay. Hopefully you can see. Oh, wait, not yet. Let's try this. Ah. How about now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, in this presentation, I gave a little bit of background on the bonds itself. You know, it's voted on in November of 2014. You had a 58% approval rating. The bonds were structured as, you know, current interest bonds that had maturities from 2016 to 2022 and 25, and then you had various term bonds that came due. And then you have this the redemption feature that says you can now prepay these bonds beginning June 15 of 2025 without a penalty or premium, and you could do that on any date. So the idea with the refunding is that, you know, here's my assumptions that I use October 1st, but, you know, certainly that date would move. But and then I took a sizing approach or debt service approach that gave you uniform savings over the life of the issue. We didn't extend the maturity, so the maturity stays the same. A rating from S&P. We're looking at, you know, getting municipal bond insurance, and bond insurance is basically is a guarantee that should you not make a bond payment, this insurance policy would then pay the bondholders. And so that what it does, it raises you from an A-rated credit to a AA credit, and AAA is the best you can get. But so think of the credit rating as a credit score from the standpoint of the better your credit rating, the lower the risk, the better the interest rates or financing rates. So when you take that in there, and I've estimated the cost, so base currently what you have outstanding, you have, you know, $10+ million broken out, you know, so I assumed the day that you would fund or close the refinance or refunding bond issue would be the same day you would pay off the old debt. And so these are the maturities that would be refinanced. You have, you know, 100,000 that was due in 2030, 5.3 in 2035, and 4.9 in 2040. This is a schedule that shows as of, you know, September 3rd, kind of the estimated sources and uses of funds. The district cash contribution, that's basically an estimated amount that you would have, you know, in your account to make the December 15 payment. What we would do is we would contribute those funds to the refinance, so it helps pay down the debt, so you don't have to borrow as much. And then you know, underwriter's discount, the other cost of issuance. I think I have a schedule in there. So essentially, this is kind of the economics. Kind of when I looked at it in July, there's what we like to do when we do this type of financing is on a net present value basis. So say, you know, you save, you know, 400 over $400,000 over, you know, over the life. What does that mean to you today? So you present value that back using the discount rate of the bond yield or the new rate on the bond. And so in July, the kind of rule I was saying is that you want to hit a 3% net present value savings target to really make it economical for the district. Because there's cost, and all those costs are, you know, capitalized in the bond issue, so you wouldn't be out of pocket any funds if the bond issue didn't happen. But what it is so now you look at this 3% and say, what's my target? And at the time in July, you're right at that target, you know, 3%. So you're about there. But now when you take a look at, I just ran the numbers, a few weeks ago, now you're getting closer to 4%. So what that's saying, I mean, so now you have gross savings, we were looking at 440,000, now we're looking at 861,000. And then that net present value gets you over this 3%, 3.92, or 3.88, 3.89% savings. So now is the time to say, okay, the market has moved to your favor. Maybe we should take a look at maybe refinancing these bonds. And then with that, along the way, so the board, would adopt a resolution authorizing the refinance of the bonds. And then during that time, we would put the bond issue together. But I would also be watching the market for you, providing you updates to show you that, say, if the market rates were to go higher and you're losing that economic benefit, maybe we just wait. But if that interest rates go lower or stay the same, it demonstrates now that you have an economic benefit. Now, it's anybody's guess which way the market goes. I mean, that's it's one of those things when you look at a refinance like this, you're going to get questioned. Well, if rates go lower after you do it, after you complete the refinance, folks say, well, why didn't you wait? Or the flip side is, if rates go higher, folks are going to say, well, why didn't you do it when rates were better? So you just, so it's a market aspect that no one can control except for, some probably hedge funds, arbitrage traders, all those guys that are, playing around with the market every day. Maybe the Federal Reserve, but I don't think they control rates as much as they say they do. I think the market does. But anyway, I've been doing municipal finance for over 30 years, so so anyway, the idea was, bring this forward to say, hey, it appears to be an economic benefit to the district and its taxpayers by maybe taking a look at refinancing these bonds. This,
Oh, go ahead.
okay, so the next page, this is basically the debt service comparison. So you got the series 2025 net versus this 2015 old. So these are the savings by payment. And then you see the fiscal total over here on the right. So the total savings over the life of the bond, again, is this 861,000. But again, when you present value it back to, what's, over the next 15 years, I'm going to save $861,000, but what's that mean to me today? That's where you present value back to the 440 number. So that's how you get that analysis to look at, when does it become economical advantageous for the district? And that's that 3% net present value test. And it shows you right here what that is. So you present value it, the 861, then you subtract out any cash contribution that you would, contribute to the financing. So that brings it down to the 407, which is, based on the refunding, it's 4.2%. Then just a fancy colored chart shows you 15 versus the 25, and then the green line is basically the annual fiscal savings.
Hey,
So-
David, that part I'm not following on that chart. Cause if we're starting at 1 million on that, then it drops down, then it bumps way up above 101. I mean, 1.1 million. How, I don't understand how it's this,
So it's a dual chart here. So on the left side, you'll see fiscal year debt service.
right?
So that's the columns there. You got the blue column, which is say the new refinance issue,
Okay,
versus the fiscal debt service for the 2015 issue.
okay,
So then on the z-axis on the right side, you see the savings, that's fiscal year debt service savings. So that green line, if you look at 2029, you're saying it's over 1.1 million on the left side.
Right,
Oh, it's over 60,000 on the right side. So that green line represents on the x-axis
okay,
the annual debt service.
all right, that makes sense to me now.
Yeah, the y-axis is comparing fiscal year debt service versus one versus the other.
Gotcha.
That's
I was putting it all on that left side. And I wasn't
Yeah.
following that on the right. Now I see.
So two questions.
yes.
Over the remaining years of payment, you're saying that if we were to refinance at the current rate, then the taxpayers, it would be an $861,000 savings to the taxpayers.
Correct.
And with that, then what are the out-of-pocket costs to the district at this moment?
Yeah, so those out-of-pocket costs, if you look at this schedule here, and I'm sorry I didn't give all the detail in there, but I will,
Oh, you're fine, I got it.
I'll show you what those are on a more specific basis here. Usually I provide, there's another schedule that goes, it says cost of issuance. I usually provide it, and I apparently missed that schedule, but under, anyway, the uses of funds, that underwriter discount is basically what we would do in this process is, since I'm a municipal advisor, I do not provide the financing. What I do is I'm the district's advisor and I sit on your side of the table, helping you go work through this whole process, helping you negotiate the terms and conditions.
Mhm.
So what we would do in this case is that we would send out an RFP to broker dealers that specialize in municipal finance issues. And then we compare those proposals and select the firm that's the most responsive and the one that, demonstrates the ability to more or less get the job done. And so then again, so I, under the municipal advisory rules put out by the Securities and Exchange Commission, which I have to be registered with, by the way, I have a fiduciary duty to act in your best interest first and foremost.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and then also, there's a fee for our service, but we don't get paid if the financing doesn't get done. So if the market goes away and we have to wait a year, my fee doesn't change, but it does. All these fees are capitalized in the financing. So the underwriter's discount, that would be a broker dealer that would, underwrite the bond issue, sell it to investors. And so that would represent their estimated compensation. The cost of issuance, let's see, let me pull that up. Let's see.
So David,
Yes,
you don't necessarily have to go over what that 251 breaks down to. I was just curious that would be what the district needs to come up with, correct? Those would be basically our fees in the cost of refinancing, correct?
no, so that 251 that says sources of funds,
Okay,
what that is so right now you're going to be collecting property taxes to make payments on the bond, correct?
yeah,
So that would be money that, say, you would collect because you have a December payment coming due.
right,
Okay. So what would you do is to help you essentially, not have to borrow as much money. You would contribute those funds that you would be making that December payment for to the financing to pay off the old debt. And then the new bonds, basically, they just pay off the debt. So that money that you'll be collecting, you can contribute to the financing to help increase savings or pay down the debt or the amount that's needed to refinance the debt.
okay,
We don't have to do it that way, but it can produce a better economic result.
okay,
The number under so you have the estimated sources of funds, And I can update these numbers without the cash contribution, so you don't have to worry about that. But under the estimated uses, so this is where this 10,763,000 breaks down as. So you're going to take the 10,542,000, give it to an escrow agent. That escrow agent is going to call the bonds and pay them off.
Mhm.
The underwriter's discount is what I said. It's, basically the underwriter's compensation to underwrite and, sell the bonds. The gross bond insurance premium, that's that one-time insurance policy that you pay based on total debt service. So again, if in the event the district did not have sufficient funds or could not make a bond payment, then the bond registrar paying agent would then call upon that insurance policy to make those payments on the bond. And
Right,
then you would then have to repay the bond insurance company. The rounding amount is just that. That's so when you issue bonds, you issue them in $5,000 denominations. So you always round up to the next 5,000. So that $2,700 actually would come back to the district. So if we have, let's see, where's my schedule here? Okay, I'm going to pull this over. So we had the 117,456.
yeah,
So this is the breakdown of all those additional costs that normally I put in there and I inadvertently forgot to do it. But these would be the estimated costs. Now, it might be if you get to the market, you may not need the insurance because sometimes, although it may produce a better result, sometimes it doesn't to pay that additional premium. So you have to look at the economics of that.
right, which is what you do.
Right, that's exactly what I do. So these are the estimated cost, and all these costs would only be incurred if there's a financing. If there's not a financing, you're not going to be out of pocket any money.
Okay,
So any expenses the district may have, it's going to come out of the bond proceeds and not out of the district's general fund.
okay, okay. That was what I was curious on. Thank you. So it's kind of a no-brainer.
Is there a reason why somebody wouldn't do this, David?
Well, I don't know why someone wouldn't do it because they're being good stewards, number one, I think, of the taxpayers and their funds. The only reason why I think someone wouldn't do it if the economics just weren't there, if it didn't make not any economic sense. Like I said, that general rule of thumb is that 3% net present value savings target. If you're below that number, it doesn't make sense to do it. There's no economic benefit to doing it, other than you're going to be paying a bunch of people to do a bond issue that you should just not even do. Because you don't need to go through that process.
And you're saying that we would be almost at 4.
Yes, currently
Yeah.
you're at 4%.
Yeah, okay,
And so, and I'll update these numbers and I'll get them to George so he can give you updated numbers to take a look at. And in particularly, like if it's something you want to pursue, would come back to the board next month at its board meeting with an authorizing resolution, or what we call a parameters resolution. And so,
yeah,
then, but between then, I can give you updated numbers. And then certainly before you put your agenda together, if it's something you want to put on the agenda, or you just say, if I do my analysis and the economics aren't there, I'd say, hey, look, let's just wait. We don't need to do it. But I have a feeling, it's, we've had some significant runs in the bond market from springtime till now where rates have really come down. I mean, almost 85 basis points in some points of
Yeah.
the curve, which has created this opportunity to come back, in other words, to take another look at refinancing the bonds.
yeah. Well, that's a lot of money to taxpayers, so I think that's fantastic. Great.
If we got
So-
$1 million, that's even better.
We're on old business, so we can't make a motion and then just sign the resolution next.
this is what I would recommend, because the board's gonna have to authorize, refinancing the bonds. The board's gonna have to do that.
Right.
But if you want to make some form of motion, you could probably say, I move that we direct staff to work with David at SDAO to move forward with this. And then we'd come back with a formal resolution.
Okay. Okay.
Make that motion.
Second it.
Oh, all in favor? Aye,
I,
yeah. Thank you, David. That was very informative.
Yeah, well, you're gonna learn a lot more along the way, so.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you. Thank you. And yeah, the papers here, yeah, George had printed those off, the same ones you have on your computer screen.
Yeah,
And it does make sense, when she were pointing out those certain sections. So thank you for that.
yeah, and I'll update those schedules for you. I'm just sorry I didn't get to it today. I apologize.
No, you're fine. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming to the meeting and presenting that, and makes me so happy. That
Yeah.
would be a great benefit. So yeah, thank you.
Okay, well, I'll be working with George then and we'll get moving forward. I do need to send out an engagement letter to you folks. That's part of the requirements under the rules and regulations of the SEC and MSRB that I present. Well, actually, I might be able to update the one that's in place. I'll have to check, but I think I probably just give you a new engagement letter.
Okay,
So I'll be forwarding it over to George for your folks' consideration. That could be, discussed and signed at the next board meeting. As long as I present it to you, we're okay. But
Okay.
at some point, we'll need the engagement letter signed.
wonderful. Thank you so much.
Okay.
All right, I'll put that down actually. So we need the engagement letter.
Yeah, and I'll get that out this week.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I'm happy to sign it once we get that. So
Okay.
great. Wonderful. Well, thank you. Have a great evening.
All right. Thank you all. Take care.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
That's fantastic.
861,000.
Well, and isn't it interesting how I'll move on, obviously, because he spent a lot of time, spent time talking about it already, but just between July and now, it took like a $400,000 savings clear up to an $861,000 savings. So, yeah, no, that's great. Maybe in the next 30 days, it'll go down even more because I heard we just had cuts, so.
Like he said, if he could reach $1 million, that'd be awesome.
Wouldn't it? Yeah, no, that's great. Okay, wonderful. Dun, 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 dun.
I just wanna the only reason letter F's on there is just make sure we're all good on that. So,
Well, did you write it out? Where is it in our packet?
no, it's
Oh.
from last month. If there's any new discussion you guys
No.
needed on that.
No,
Okay,
it was in the meeting minutes and it looked fine.
Okay.
As far as I know, do you guys have any comments on it?
Good.
All right, and then HR hiring update. The last I knew, you had a lot of applicants and you were gonna narrow them down.
Yep, got it down to 15, out of the 52.
Mhm.
And it could be narrowed down to the top 6 if we really needed to.
Okay, hold that thought. I just thought of something. These need to go in our things. So
Okay.
are you going to,
Yep.
can I just shove it in there? Are you gonna fasten those in there? Or
I will number them into there, right where,
I'll just put it at the back, I guess.
yep, we can attach them in.
Okay. Sorry, so,
Let me just make sure I put a note on there so I can, so. I just need to get with you two, as soon as possible so we can set up interviews. And I'd love to get going on it this week if we can. I don't know time frame for you guys, but.
so I guess it was all three of us that agreed that we would be
Yeah,
helpful
us,
in it.
us three, yeah.
No, David too.
David's our backup,
Oh, okay.
if one of you couldn't do it.
But yeah, number one, did we make any progress on what kind of benefits we're offering this new employee?
At this position, right now, there is no benefits right now.
It's part-time with no benefits.
That's
So
exactly.
have you
And it states
mentioned
that-
that to any of the
that-
applicants?
That is on the announcement. It says that it's a part-time. There's no benefits at this point.
Right,
Doesn't say there couldn't be in the future, but it's clear that it is.
okay. You would probably want to cover that with people before you even interview them,
Okay,
okay? Cause that's a big thing. We don't want to sit through an interview and then pop that in on the end. They're gonna be like, nice, peace out. So why, if you have 8 that you've narrowed it down
I
to,
can get the 6. We had 6 that are legit.
right, but just make 8 phone calls. Make sure that that's something that would be a deal
Okay.
breaker for them, because that might narrow you down even more. And then provide Rick and I the names so we can pull those out of our stack,
Mhm.
and then figure out what you're doing on scheduling, I guess. I need at least him to be on it if he has time. The next 2 weeks are not so good
For
for
you?
me,
Okay.
yeah, at work, so,
Okay.
I mean, at least one board member would be great.
Okay.
But I would love to attend, I just may not be able to attend all of them, and that point I wouldn't have a vote, I would just be sitting in on, yeah. But I would at least recommend getting that narrowed down with the basics of, benefits are huge to people, and that
Yep.
if they don't have them, they may just not even come to the interview
Sure.
or be interested in anymore. So put that out to them and see what you have left.
Okay.
Okay,
I will start contacting tonight, hopefully.
okay. All right, and then let us know, and then we'll just go from there. Okay? Is that all right, Rick?
Yeah.
Do you guys agree? Do you have any other input on that?
I'm just wondering if, we just don't find anybody of good quality because it's part-time and without benefits.
Mhm.
Are we looking at another alternative to
Well,
make
there,
them HR plus something so that we? can
yeah,
get
there's a possibility. One of my staff members brought up a point, as of right now, we don't have a board secretary at this time. So that could be incorporated, which is when they brought this up, I was going, oh, that's a good point, because they do work with you guys on this, so having a board secretary, and that does add in more time. I mean, believe me, this month's been, for me doing this, is taking a lot of time to do the board stuff. So, and I didn't even have to type the minutes still. So I was going, So having the HR doing the board secretary, it's gonna be close, we'll be close to, could possibly make it a full-time position. So. It's not quite, in my opinion. I mean, it's 3/4 of an FTE position that if we add on the board secretary part. So.
I would guess that would be my only input. We can't find somebody that's quality. For what we're offered, whether it's with the board secretary position or not, we probably do need to look at outsourcing.
And that's the third option, go back to Express. Cause we're without an HR person right now, so I'm like. If we can't get something quick, we gotta go through Express and get another temp.
Well, no, I'm
Okay.
talking about outsourcing to a company to
Oh.
do it for us.
Oh. Okay, cause we did try to look at that route, and it was astronomical.
I was gonna
the
say, wouldn't
cost.
that be more expensive than a full-time person?
Yeah, yeah,
It's expensive, huh?
Yeah.
yeah.
I've not.
I
ever
know we
used it.
looked at that option previously and it was like, I couldn't afford that.
Yeah, it's only inexpensive for a large corporation that pays a regular person a six-figure income.
Gotcha.
So,
Well, find out what we have left for applicants, and I guess the most we can say at this point is that this is what it is right now.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that that's how it'll stay, but I mean, we'd have,
I don't know that you can change much with the budget built the way it's built.
Yeah.
You'd have to build it into your new budget next year.
yeah,
so,
yep,
okay.
because we only budgeted for a part-time, didn't we?
No, I think we scheduled that one. We could, she's got it right there.
You know, it's not it. You want
Yeah, that was for full-time,
61,000.
yeah, so it's not that much, so for an HR person. So
Without benefits, yeah.
without benefits, yeah, yeah. So. Do what we can get. We'll, you know, like I said, if I can, I'll start tonight and start reaching out to them right away.
Okay,
Okay.
audit update?
I just talked, was in contact with Mindy today. They're still working on, updating the, ledger notes right now. And so that's where they're at. I had to send over another document. I got one more document I gotta find for them, that she's asking for. So that was as of today and they're just, well, I don't think it'll be much longer, really. That was the last two things that I see that she's talked about. So
Okay,
we're getting there.
alrighty, new business, resignation of board members, so we had. Luis Campos, board member Luis Campos, that turned in a letter of resignation. And so we do need to formally accept that letter of resignation. Is there any particular process for that, or do we just have to so state?
I think you just stated in your meeting, I've never heard
I
of,
do know we have to accept it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So do we, if we need to, we put together a letter of acceptance?
No, I think we just need to state it.
Okay,
And if somebody says something, let me know, but I thought we just had to accept it.
okay.
So what was the date of his resignation?
I haven't received a letter myself. He said he was gonna turn it to
I
you.
thought you said he dropped one off.
No, he was gonna give it to you.
No, well, he did,
Okay,
he did. Hold on just a second.
and I believe it was Thursday.
Yeah, he emailed it to me,
Okay.
so, that would be. Would do it, so let me forward that to you and then, we'll just read it real quick and document it in a minute,
Okay.
so. It was, September 17th. That Louise sent the email through. And. Dun, dun, dun. Dear board members, I'm writing to let you know that I'll be stepping down from his position at the Boardman Park and Recreation Board, and that was, yeah, dated September 17th.
Do we
So-
need a signed copy, like a hard copy? I know a school district doesn't accept email resignation.
Yeah, I would think so. So let me just forward it to George real quick and,
and
Sign
sign
it,
it.
come down and sign it.
Yep,
Well, he might have, let me look at it again.
I think it actually has to be a physical signature.
Oh, okay,
I'm not 100% sure on that, I just know that's how the school district operates. Because it could be somebody hacked into his email,
oh, yeah,
You know what I'm
good
saying?
point, yeah. Okay, can
we
you,
all know it's happening.
can you run that to
Yep.
him?
I got it on my list to do.
Okay, yeah, don't make him come down here, you just run it down there,
I
I'm sure
see.
he's busy.
I find it all over.
Okay, I just forwarded to you, so if
On
you don't
Main
have
Street.
it, let me know.
Okay.
Okay. Um. All right, yeah, we definitely wish him well. Sorry to
The
see.
process for replacement is,
Oh, yeah, thank you. Yeah, so, yeah, George and I had talked about that, I'm so sorry, so yeah, we should be, George is gonna put out an announcement
Put it out
to
for
take
October
letter of
4th,
interest.
Yep. We'll do letters of interest, and then next month we'll bring those to you guys.
And the deadline would be, you said what, the Friday?
The Friday before board meeting,
Maybe a little bit before that, cause can't you remit, I mean, otherwise, we're gonna sit here looking at them, and we don't wanna do that.
okay. Yep, we can go before that, we can do,
So,
just do
1, 2, 3, 4.
a normal 10 days, or we can go 2 weeks.
Yeah, I would go the 17th of October.
Okay.
Okay, that gives us a week and the weekend to review it, so,
Yeah.
are you gonna send us a packet of all the letters of interest?
Mhm.
yeah.
Yep,
And let us know when you email them, because we don't always check our email until,
okay,
yeah,
you
so,
bet.
anyway, yeah,
It
set
takes
this,
me a little time to get my Wi-Fi up, so the emails come in.
is that okay with you?
Yep.
The 17th of October, so, all letters of interest would be due by the 17th, they need to go to you, George Scheimer at the park office. And, then we would vote. Do an open vote, right?
Mhm.
Public vote at the next meeting on who we want.
Yep.
To fill that position.
And that's just a majority vote.
It is,
Yeah,
And it does have to be open, can't be a
Yeah.
secret ballot.
correct, yeah, all the votes have to be that way.
okay. Anything else on that board? Um. Disabled family pass at rec center?
We have, we don't announce that we have a pass for disabled people. But we do have a price that's lower for disabled people, but we don't have it. I've got a situation where a family who relies on the disabled father's income. And they're wanting to get a pass as a family, but we don't have that. And I know this is more of an operations thing, but I wanted to get your input since it's dealing with finances. If I wanna open a can of worms. Do I, because if I open it up for one, it's gotta be for others as well on that.
Have you checked with other districts or SDAO?
Um, I only checked with one on that, and they don't. They don't do a family disabled, they just,
Yeah,
the disabled person, yes. And so. But I wanna help people where we can, but I don't want it to where they take advantage of us either.
So what would we say a rate? Was
I-
69
69
For
for
family?
family,
and that
that's normal.
4 people?
It could be 2 adults, just,
And how many kids? There's like 4 kids.
there's, I wanna say there's.
not this family, he's just saying how much.
Hey,
does it
No,
cost?
no,
yeah,
no.
that's what I'm trying to think.
I think there was a max of 6, isn't it?
I think there's 5 kids.
So 7 total?
Yeah, I think it's a total of 7, I think.
So let's just say an average family could be 4 people.
Okay,
And it's 69 divided by 4. Just doing math outside if I can figure out how to use a.
It's $69 a month. Is that what you're saying?
yeah, for a family. There it was.
So how do you do it now if the individual is disabled, but the family is not? How do you charge them for a family rate?
They would have to go just the family rate of $69. They wouldn't get a discount on that. And it just depends on. Cause the rest of it. Yeah, that's a good question, cause. If we give a individual. Their a rate. And then they're paying the family, it doesn't make sense, cause then they're paying more.
Right.
I don't know,
$69 a month as it is a good, that's not expensive.
that's $17.25 a person
Yeah,
for a 30-day pass. That's why when people say, oh, it's so expensive, it's like, dude, it's like less than $1 a day for you. And like the individual rate's like $45 a month,
yeah,
that's like $1.50 a day. Most people waste more money than that in one trip to the gas station. You know what I'm saying? It's like. You get used for a pool, you get used to the weight room, I mean, I don't know. Cause when I was not on the board, I was paying $65 a month for just me and my wife, so I'm paying twice that rate, so it's hard for me to empathize. When it's so cheap to begin with,
so. But you wanna know,
because you're exactly right, you're gonna open up a Pandora's box and so. Do we have to have a doctor's note that you're disabled? You gotta be enrolled with the state or the federal government, or is it just your word?
yeah, I can't, I don't know how that. When they accept someone to give them a disabled rate, I don't know, I don't even know the process of that up there.
My only inclination is that if their income is based on the disabled person only. Then I would be more inclined to look at giving them the break,
Okay,
but. Like Dave said, it's not that high anyway, if it's not gonna be that significant, I don't know which difference it makes. But it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to offer the individual a rate, but his family has to pay the full amount. So they're not really getting a break, you might as well not even apply for the disabled rate.
If an individual, what? Instead of paying $45, they're probably paying $30, still $1 a day. These people are getting it for less than that already. At the end of the day, you're gonna have to deal with the mess, whatever you decide.
Okay.
I don't decide, if you keep it status quo, you're not gonna have a big mess.
Yeah.
But you decide to go that route.
what's your input?
I don't have any.
Okay. All right,
How much is of that discount?
of that,
Is there a discount for that?
I can't answer that, I don't think we have one for up there as a vet. I know we have a vet discount for the RV, but I don't think we have one for up there.
Are you done with that?
Yep.
Officer elections? We're gonna have to postpone that since
would.
John's not here?
Yeah, I would wait till you have a full quorum. With everybody.
As long as you can survive another couple months.
No later than November though.
Okay,
I mean, I wouldn't, yeah, let's just say no later than November.
Yeah.
All right, but can you change that officer election? Yeah, okay. All right, policy, background checks, set guidelines.
okay, we had discussions about background checks a while back when I was still on board, yeah,
Hold that thought. We don't have a December meeting. I think I forgot to tell you that. So that's why I said no later than November, because I think by the time we go into 2026, I'd really like those new officers elected.
Okay.
So, anyway, yeah, no December meeting. Anyway, sorry, George, go ahead.
so previously we talked about background checks and. We do background checks on, but now we're starting to get, where we're getting some flags. But I don't recall that we ever set. Like a standard,
Yeah, you did.
did we?
okay, I could be wrong. I thought that there was at one point, and maybe it was when we had Rebecca here. But do you guys remember going over that list of like misdemeanors and all sorts of things that you could disqualify somebody for and qualify for as far as like, you know, anything from trespassing to no employment? We do have something.
Okay,
I'd have to go back and look.
I'm gonna have to find those. So,
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it was when Rebecca was here, wasn't it? Yeah,
Cause he was on the board.
yeah, and we pulled it from,
Ben.
I think it was Ben, that's exactly what I was gonna say. We pulled it from Ben's sheet of offenses. Because, yeah, we had big discussions over that, because obviously things that were related to child abuse and family abuse, obviously
Violent.
yeah, violence were a big deal, but
Yeah.
not necessarily Dewey's. You know what I mean? Those were
Like
not,
Drug stuff that we.
yeah,
cut out.
drugs were.
It had to be like
issue.
10 years ago, if it was anything
Yeah.
prior, there was a certain limit of time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have to go find them, cause I
Yeah.
just. We'll find them tomorrow. Cause I'm coming up with some issues that we're now starting to get flags and I'm going.
Yeah,
And we're pretty
yeah,
fast.
David's right. There were time limits on it.
Timelines.
Yeah, there was like a 3 to 4 for certain.
There was some
things.
absolutes.
Yeah, and then
No.
there were certain absolutes and then like, but a Dewey was like, yeah, if you were over 10 or 6 years, 5 years, whatever. Yeah, there's definitely something
Okay.
somewhere.
We will find those tomorrow.
And look in that range of when
Yep.
that year
Yep,
that
I got
Rebecca was here.
Rebecca's time.
Yeah,
I think it was more towards the end when we actually we talked about it early,
yeah,
because that was one thing she brought up, was that we don't really have any policy. That was what I think we were putting the employee handbook together,
yeah,
so it'd probably be in the last 6 months since she was here, I guess.
yep.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Financial report. Tricia, so real quick, first of all, so let's, if you don't mind, on page 3, just to correct what's in our board packet, it should say budget versus actual 7/1/25 to 6/30 of 2026.
Oh, thank
But-
you.
Yeah, no worries. I just didn't want anybody looking at that thinking we were going backwards. So,
Okay.
and then if you don't mind, go ahead and you could probably skip over your July budget to actuals.
Okay, yeah,
Okay,
because we already talked about it. The reason why I had that there is just to, tell you about the property tax, that 12 months compared to one
Yeah.
month.
yeah,
One
thank
month
you.
thing. So we are skipping now to page 17. And the reason why I skipped to this one is because of, if you look at the total payroll tax and benefits on page 17 for 2,021,894,000, that is different from the budget on page 3 by $1. So does that matter?
Well, I mean, technically,
Yeah, okay.
right? I mean, they should match, but
Okay, yeah, because I was looking at the budget, and if you look at, page 2 of the budget, the
mhm,
total payroll is 1,508,795,
mhm,
and the total payroll tax and benefits is 513,099.
mhm. But when you add those up, they don't total
It doesn't total that it's off
by $1.
$1, so I got 4 and the budget says 3, so.
Okay.
Cause we add 5 plus 9 is 4 and,
Well, we'd have to go off the line items versus the total.
okay,
Um.
so I wasn't sure if you wanted me to take off $1 with the payroll or,
Well, so my budget shows 513,098. Not 513,099. On page 1 of my proposed budget.
okay, Okay.
Where is your budget, George? The actual approved,
1,324,750, is that what you're saying?
1,324,750.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Okay, but if you're looking at the budget year,
Those are just notes.
oh, these are just notes,
Yep.
they don't care?
No,
Oh, okay, so then forget that whole conversation.
Okay, no worries.
I'm sorry, because I thought
No worries.
that we had to go off of this to the
I-
general fund operations too, instead of just.
I'm so sorry.
budget.
I don't know what that is. I just know I'm looking at this one and it does have the 98.
98,
Yeah.
okay, all right,
Yeah.
okay, so let's skip then, sorry again.
No worries, no worries. So I'm just gonna make a little notation there. Great though, for pointing that out.
Are we all supposed to have that budget that you have there?
He doesn't have one?
Is that what's in here?
No, let's find it. Oh, maybe that right there. Yes, that is it. Yep, and then here's our current year that we're in. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, alright, so we're gonna skip to summer rec program on page 22. I just wanted to give you some numbers for that. Some of the things were bought in May.
Mhm.
And then we're gonna go through payroll. And total payroll is on page 26. And total payroll for summer rec was 87,182.
Mhm.
And then, out of area activities. Most of these were in the Tri-Cities, Desert Lands was in Hermiston, obviously,
Mhm.
and Silver Ridge was in, Idaho
Mhm.
for 8,000. Mid-Columbia Bus charges $59,790 for bringing kids to and from and all over the place. Store supplies, total on page 30 was 6,231. This is for rockets and, things like for cooking class, that sort of thing.
So total summer rec came to 120, 176.13 on page 31.
Yeah, 161,
Oh, I'm sorry, 161, 319.
319,
Okay.
yeah. And then Fantastic Kids was, 41,000 and Teen Summer was 120.
Okay.
And then 32 says, a calculations page, kind of where I got the numbers from combined program costs. I just added those two numbers, 148, 186 plus 11,000. Gave you a total of 159. Then I just divided 148 by 159 to get a percentage of the payroll costs. It would cost for Fantastic Kids and Teen Summer. That's where I got those numbers. Any questions on this summer, right?
No, so and do you remember what we were last year? For total costs? I mean, I know that we get grants and all that for the busing and things like that, but
We gonna buy 20, is this, give you,
yeah, she's got it there on 32,
33?
page 32. Shows the cost, it was 243,000.
Oh, last year?
Yeah.
Where are you seeing that 243?
Oh, that's total Fantastic Kids. And that should be your grand total at the bottom of 24, 25.
So this is 23 and there's
Yeah.
24, okay.
243.
so it's 287,000, wow, that's a huge jump.
And the reason in 2023 and 24, we got that huge grant, wasn't it?
Huge grant. Yep.
Thanks. So if you turn over to page 33, the payments, we got a $90,000 grant from BCDA. And 34,000 from Moore County Treasurer. That's what started the program outright of 124,000. And then we billed 100,000 to Moore County School District. And that check just came in last week, and so 62,000 will go back to BCDA grant for youth sports and instruction.
So I did see this. Georgia, did you look at this page? Okay, so I did see this page and I don't know that I like this page. And it has nothing to do with you.
It's-
Thank you. I appreciate the fact that you put that in there.
Yeah.
But I just don't want the public thinking that we don't have the money to cover it. We have plenty of money to cover our summer rec program.
Oh, yeah.
This page makes it look like we used our BCDA money to support that program, when really we don't. That BCDA
Just
pro,
very little, a little bit.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I mean. So I just wanna put it on the record that the Morrow County Treasury and the BCDA are not, they were not our,
That's
we had plenty of money.
Yeah.
We had plenty of money to support our program. We didn't need those funds in order to fund our summer rec.
We do appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely,
Oh,
yeah.
oh,
No, I didn't mean that. I just, when I looked at this, I was thinking that it makes it appear that we were using those funds to start our program when really we have plenty of money to start our program.
Yeah.
An abundance of money to start our program. So, um,
To support
Yeah.
that next time or?
I would,
Okay,
yeah.
this is fine. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. I think the only thing that would be interesting is if you receive grant funds that are specifically for the program.
Yeah.
Where, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
More, I think Moore County Treasurer was specifically for the program.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Moore County School District was mainly for this,
and that
for,
was- yeah.
for that.
Yeah, I know the Moore County School District was,
Yeah.
cause they offered,
We get that
right?
money after the fact.
After the fact.
Yeah. Yeah,
So that's why,
but BCDA,
yeah,
Yeah.
that was just a very small portion, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
okay,
And-
Most of the BCDA money to pay for youth sport.
yeah,
Instructors, yeah.
yeah, okay,
Yeah, and that, it does say that on there about the BCDA, that it's, their money is for the youth sports and instructor pay.
right, it just makes it sound
It
like we're
does.
having to give it back, when really we're not giving it back,
No.
it was there all along to be used for youth sports and.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All
Yeah,
right,
I was just kind of like cash basis, not a accrual, sorry.
yeah, no worries,
Okay,
okay,
on 34.
Yeah, got
Um,
it.
just the statement balances as of August 31st, Bound Bank had 11,410. LGI Park had 3,603,793. LGIP Rec had $732,070. Total cash balances was 1,347,274. Okay, going on the revenues. Just by the bank statement, the campground brought in 57,074. And the rec center brought in 30,585.
That's on accrual, right?
Actually, this is,
Usable money. Oh,
this is on a cash basis because it's from the bank statement.
Okay.
These two,
this is
Right.
not earned income yet?
these are earned,
Oh, okay,
yeah, earned income, yeah. Does that make sense? So I got a bank statement
mm-hmm.
and then those were the balances from the bank statement.
Okay, yeah, I guess I was referring to the earned income that we get to claim from all the reservations that were made back in December. So this is cash.
That's cash,
Okay.
yeah, this is
Okay.
cash basis.
Thank you.
Okay, so going on to page 36 is just a breakdown of what was brought in from August of 24 compared to what was brought in August of 25. We were up by 6%. If you look on page 37, from a year ago. LGIP totals is the next page.
What page are you on?
38.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I jumped ahead of you. Okay,
38,
Yeah.
just the LGIP totals. Just for $732,070 for the rec center. And 3,603,793 for the park. Then we jump in to 39 bill payment lists. If you notice on page 40, there is two things that are out
highlighted?
highlighted, 18050 to 18068. Those checks, 6 of those checks were, for payroll. And the rest of them somehow ended up in the voided file. They were blank, so called the accountant said reuse them. So they were omen checks, I call them, because when I went to print them, it printed on both sides.
Oh.
One side was the right date, 9/16, and on the other side, it was 8/26, so I'm not sure why, what happened there. So, heads up on that. If you look on page 41. A few things to point out is that, negative $62,102.49 was just, a error on, transferring funds from the LGIP to checking. It actually got reversed and the direct opposite happened. It went from checking to LGIP. And
I need to clarify that, cause that was my mistake,
Thank you.
okay? That was when I went to transfer the funds, I transferred it the opposite way. I took money, instead of bringing money,
Into the account.
into the
you took it
account,
out.
I took it out.
Yeah.
And then when we caught it, it was already after the end of the month, so you'll see next month, it'll be
Yeah.
reversed, it's reversed.
Yeah.
So,
okay, also on the treasury report, you'll see there's notes underneath. Hopefully that's what you wanted. The go bond is due, 12/15 for that 251,000. But it looks like it might change if we get
Yeah.
the thing before that. Both doc loan next payment to be 14,169. This is due June 26th. This report includes all deposits and checks through 8/31. And then, the accountant will catch BPRD up with the reserves soon. So she said that she'll do, general journal entries to bring the reserves into that. So the general LGIP column will change with those specific numbers.
Okay, I'm gonna show Rick that here real quick. So right here, we have our expansion, our equipment, electrical, sewer, and those are our reserve accounts. And last year's budget, this is what was adopted. According to the 24-25 budget, we were supposed to have moved money. 30,000 in one, 25,000 another. Like, for instance, here's the equipment reserve, and we were supposed to have moved 35,000. But that doesn't include that. So, cause if so, it would be at 119. And so, that's what she's talking about with this. So they're gonna catch up
Okay.
those reserves that should have been, done by June 30th. And then eventually these 4 things will have more money in them.
Thanks.
Okay, the next page is just a reflection of the boat dock loan. From the beginning till now, there's 14,169 still owed. And that would be paid in June of 26. The go bond is the next 2 pages. This will change. Hopefully, but if not, the payment will be 251,043.75 on before December 15th, be sure. Next page is the capital outlay. There's no purchases so far. For 25-26 season. If, do you wanna go through August, budget versus actuals, or do you just wanna skip it?
We have reviewed them.
Okay,
So unless the board has any questions, we probably could.
Okay.
Walk over that. I do have a real quick question for you though, Tricia. If you look at page 34. Which shows our month end. Account balances as of August 31st. the park had, the LGIP park account had 33,603,000. And then on 41. Our general fund park LGIP account has 2,185,000.
Yeah, if you look at the bottom of that equals 3,603,000.
Oh, okay, so this page 34 includes all reserve accounts.
Yes. And those reserves were brought over from MIF. And through a general journal entry. And so they're in QuickBooks.
Yeah, no, you're fine, I was looking at that thinking we had $3 million, but we don't, we really have 2.1 million.
Yeah.
Cause we can't touch our reserves, so,
Yeah.
okay,
And then
thank you.
that will probably change once she says, the reserve should be, is that where you take it from? Correct.
For what?
The reserves, all the reserves will come from the LGIP.
Yeah, they go from the 2.185 million and they'll go into the reserve accounts.
Reserves,
Yeah.
so that amount will go down.
Yeah,
Okay, all right,
yeah,
okay. So let's just keep on going.
okay, where'd you leave off?
We are on page 46. The reason why I highlighted these two accounts, overnight fees, 101,678. The campground has been consistent with being over 101,000 each month since June. And so that's why I highlighted that one. This is the highest month for that. But day passes for the rec center is at the lowest. It's probably because school started in August and sports. So I just wanted to point that out. The next page, 47, 5K runs. We added a rec sport, pet run, walk, 5K in September, and I just wanted to point that out that people enjoyed that, and five pets were adopted. So that's why I brought that up. And then we're starting movies in the park again. We just bought two movies. Do you remember what the movies were called?
So. What was, God, no.
Nightmare Before Christmas was one of them, wasn't it?
Yep.
And the other one, I'm not sure. Okay, and then, it's just the Youth Rec Fantastic Kids Teen Summer, 100,000 was billed for the Moore County School District for that summer program. And the other thing is 16,000, just getting money from the, interest on um. The LGIPs. That's what that was for. And we're still on page 48, we're still getting money on the property tax revenue. Some of this isn't from this year, but it's from the past years. The other two accounts, the marketing manager and the aquatic coordinator. The reason why I highlighted these is these two accounts are made up of 3 employees each. I take $3.20 from each of their paychecks for the marketing manager and $2.77 for the aquatic coordinator. Just so it's included in the budget, of course, because we have budget items there. That sort of thing.
So payroll, are you on page 50?
48. 48. If you see the two things highlighted,
Mm-hmm.
marketing manager and aquatic coordinator, they're made up of 3 employees.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying, okay,
And
I
then,
basically paying a stipend
yeah,
for 3 employees to do those jobs.
Yeah.
For each of
so
those.
on page 50 though, it shows our total payroll is already over.
yeah, 133,000. This is on accrual basis. I think it's the same. Oh, just remember that this is on a month, so the budget
Oh.
is only.
Gotcha, that's gonna have all the summer rec in it.
Yeah,
Okay, never mind,
yeah.
okay,
Office supplies, to tell you honestly, $2,550 in 1 month this was for 7 Ryzen laptops. A mouse and filing cabinet, so that's why office supplies was high. Uniforms, we got,
Who'd the laptops go to? 7 of them?
7, yeah.
You don't know?
It's news to me on 7.
But there was 6 that were purchased for the rec. Was that for rec employees?
Why are we buying new laptops for rec employees? You don't know?
I don't know.
Shouldn't you find out, please?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. I know that Julie got one too, or sorry,
HR.
HR got one too, but I'm not.
But that's been
100%.
left in the office.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's.
Did you
not-
get one?
No. I didn't, I already had one.
Okay, report back. Okay,
Sheldon?
we don't want missing laptops and we need to know where they went.
That's what makes
Okay.
sense.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was where it's. Hey, the other thing that was purchased was soccer, $75,000 worth.
9,500.
Yeah, 35.
So, yeah. So this was for soccer balls, equipment.
Uniforms,
Uniforms.
most of that was uniforms.
Okay, it's on page 52. If you look at Fantastic Kids and Teen Summer, 44,000. That was Med Columbia bus. Those 2 amounts. If you continue downward, contract labor, 8,525. That was for Sunrise and Express. Sunrise charges over 5,000 a month to clean the rec center.
Plus, that also should be our, the one worker that we contract out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2. Okay, and then on the next page, 53 is irrigation maintenance. Was there a break or something in the campground?
One lined up, please, with the 55.
Yeah.
Yep, so that's why that amount. And then campground expense, this was billed from the Hermiston Glass. They replaced a 81 by
When the
um,
windows in the booth
Oh,
got broken, so we
yeah,
replaced it.
yes, that's what that was. And that's the end of August. For budget versus actuals, we already talked about the things highlighted, just keep on going through. Nothing's really new.
Yeah,
On page 64 is July through June for accrual. I highlighted these because they're over 50% of the budget already. Overnight fees is 62%, cancellation is 68%. Reservation is 60%.
but that's income, right? So we don't care. I mean, we do. I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
I think that's
I
the
meant
thing.
care in a good way, Trisha, is what I meant.
Yeah, so if you just wanna look through those real quick, just the percentages are high. Just a heads up on page 68. For these 3 months, we spent over 387,000 in payroll costs. Then credit card processing fees are outrageous at 79,000
Where's that,
Yeah.
Trisha?
on page 69.
Oh,
If you look, office supplies, again, is for those laptops, that sort of thing. Computer subscriptions is over 14,000 for 3 months. This includes Streamline, Daxo, Microsoft, When I Work, Car Connect, Abilla, Camp Life, Team Sideline, Workwell, Leaf, and QuickBooks. That's what makes up the subscriptions there.
That's
Yeah,
for 1 month or 3 months?
3 months. The instructor contract is 7,041. On average is about 27.47 per month. And then you got the soccer again. The contract labor on page 70, again, is the Sunrise. People that. Jan,
Mhm.
do the rec center. And janitorial supplies is for, toilet paper, paper towels, that sort of thing. Buildings and ground maintenance is 97. 62,000 of that is for the pump tech. For the pump station,
What page you on?
page 71.
Thank you.
And irrigation maintenance again is for the water and sewer. And for the break down here in the part. On page 73, you will notice that there is two negative amounts in the income. For annual family and annual individual. The reason is, it's confusing to explain, but I'll try my best. Part of Moro, has a program for their employees that they can use the rec.
Mhm.
We have to bill Portomoro and get a check.
Mhm.
This year we billed over $65,000. And so what happens is you bill 65,000, it goes into their accounts. Because we're on an accrual basis, I do a general journal entry and take those amounts out of the account and put it in unearned revenue. Then each month I transfer back 1/12 of that. And so because we didn't get paid from Portomoro until this month, that's why those two amounts are negative.
Yeah.
If that
That makes sense.
And
makes
they'll
sense.
build up.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
Okay. And then. Again, it was just that, if you look on page 27, it says what I talked about the budget, but I know that was wrong.
No worries.
Yeah. Utilities. If you look on page 29, was 49,224 for the last 3 months. At this time, a year ago, it was 59,000, so it's kind of a
Hmm.
big difference between the two.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Yep. And. That sort of thing. Okay, so when I look on the budget. On page total expenses was 13,327,944. I need to. Study that because according to this budget, it's 13,324,750. So I'm off there, so I'll go back in
Okay.
and research that.
Where are you at?
On page
Okay.
81.
On page 81.
Yeah.
Yeah, this figure right here doesn't align with the total figure on that budget.
Sure, I will.
Should figure it out, though.
Yeah. Okay.
You're
and-
close.
Yeah, and then on the profit and loss, the profit and loss. Everything that deals with the profit and loss is the same as the budget versus actual, if you look. At each individual line, so do we need the profit and loss each month, or do you still wanna?
I don't,
It's the same, I don't see the point.
Yeah, I don't, you could ex-nay that one too.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. And, that's all for me. Except for, I emailed back and forth with Kim Gibson from Barnett Mora. They were doing extensions for clients, they were doing September 15th, so then she went on vacation, so I've been playing tag with her.
No worries.
That's it for me.
So, David pointed out earlier that, and he can correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was the two main things you wanted to see were the budget to actual for the annual. Okay,
Okay,
and then cash and accrual. I
Oh,
think, cause you
cash.
already have those in here, don't you?
yeah,
Yeah. We
Right.
went, yeah, both, I think is what we had, cash
Right.
and then accrual on the budget actual, but it's the annuals. So you can get rid of the monthlies,
okay. no
and then,
monthlies.
yeah, feel free to get rid of the monthly profit and loss.
Okay, and no P and L.
Yeah, And and we definitely like the list of expenditures, yeah, where you write checks, that
Okay.
sheet. I don't know what the name of your sheet is called, but
Um,
it's the sheet that has all the checks that you write,
right, okay.
yeah. Yeah,
The bill payment list,
yeah,
okay,
we do like seeing that.
okay. Do you wanna see the bank, statements too, or,
He's supposed to be looking at those.
yes, he is,
He does, I do.
okay. Alright, so that's all for me,
And you're balancing them.
yes.
Is a compliment in order.
The,
And, you know, I watched since June and I know you were just getting going and I'm really impressed with all you have to do and how well
yeah,
you're answering everything now. You got it.
Thank you.
I'm really
Yeah.
impressed with what you picked up.
yeah. And
And all
you,
I have to do is figure it out.
Yeah,
your bill pay list is gonna match your bank statements, right? That's gonna show your basically what we've been debited for.
yes.
Yeah. Okay,
It doesn't show like, individual, employees,
right, like your automatic payments for payroll and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Right, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, but George is supposed to be going through that before you ever even see it.
right,
Yeah. And then you
Yeah.
guys are supposed to have your credit card thing in line, which you said you have.
right,
Okay,
Yeah, we're rolling good, I think.
yeah.
okay. Let me get back to thank you very much.
Welcome.
Appreciate that. Do we have any correspondences, George?
No,
Okay. Have you guys read through your campground rec center and those reports, maintenance and the CEO update?
The only thing I did, see said to talk to Allison is attached to the one, an email was, oh.
kind of. But
When I didn't see the email, I just figured another my Wi-Fi, but it's not in there either.
I didn't see, okay, I do have it.
All right,
I do want to bring up on there about, one of the big issues with spiders. We have sprayed for the spiders. We've put in some extra, patches. They're just sticky paper that we ordered up to try to help with these bug problems. But we have gone through and sprayed the buildings.
we did or we paid somebody?
We did it.
Okay,
We were able to use just over the counter.
Yeah.
And then the port is going to come down and help us with their licensed people with the pesticide.
okay.
And we still working on trying to get somebody licensed.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
Maybe if you open the door, the mosquitoes will go in there and bite the spiders and what's about this.
I think enough mosquitoes get in there as it is.
Okay,
Is there any questions I can answer? Anything not clear?
no.
Yes.
Board, do you have any questions?
No.
All right. Does the board have any reports? If not, I'm moving on to other business. Okay, under other business, can you reassure me that the district vehicle is not going home with you and it's meant for business use only, correct?
That's all it's used for. The only time I take it home is if I'm coming home late from a meeting.
Okay,
And it's at
otherwise it gets
nighttime,
left here every
and I
night.
leave my
Okay.
personal rig here and I just go home.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
All right, and then, you, you do look at the credit card statements.
Yep.
So how'd you not know we bought laptops? Like, how do you,
That's a good question.
Okay.
How,
cause she paid the bill, cause it's on our
yeah,
statements. So how did we miss that we bought laptops?
Good question.
Okay,
All you can do is find out.
please revisit that. And find out why we needed them, because I could have swore we just bought some a year and a half ago. We buy laptops all the time. I don't know why we have more. So I just want to know why we're buying more laptops. And I want to know I want you to justify who they went to.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
Not trying to be mean, it's just all fraud protection.
It
That's the whole
is, yeah.
reason you're supposed to be reviewing those credit card statements is to verify what the expenses were accounted for. The mural, can you update us on that and what BCDA has said towards that?
We haven't talked to BCBA, we're still waiting for the samples from our worker. She's actually now gone to college over George Fox, but we know we're not gonna do it this winter, so I told her I'm not in a super rush on it.
Is that Esther?
Mhm. And so, cause I wanna see what she can come up with for a plan and much rather have one of our employees that knows what they're doing, be able to have a good time with it.
She's good.
Yep.
All right, do we have any other business? Otherwise, do you have your meeting minutes that we need to sign
Yep,
off
I
for
got it.
August?
They got the August, I have one here for some reason, yeah, here's August 26th. And then I do have some business checks that need to be signed off on.
Rick, feel free to jump in on those checks if you want. Thank you.
And then this one is from February, meeting, and I know we've had it, but
I think I've
In-
signed this before.
I think
I
so
think I
too.
signed it in May,
Yep.
but there you go.
I just make sure things get put where they belong. And I did put in your in the back of your handbooks, or, I mean, back of your notebooks, there is a employee handbook as well. If you ever need it.
You need to sign that one too. In the back.
Yeah, sure.
$25 for signature. Gotta do something stupid though.
Yeah,
There you go.
yes. Okay, if we have no other business, yeah. I'll move to adjourn.
Second,
Yay, we're done.
before 8 o'clock. Good work.
Thank you.